Assalamu alaikum, sister. Thank you for writing into us. Um, I would like to address your question, but I would like to just talk a little bit about your background. You did say that you are asexual, that you had discovered this about yourself, and when you did, you realized, quote, that there was nothing wrong or unnatural about your general disgust of sexual actions. And I guess that was very freeing for you, understandably so. Um, that this is the way you were created, and there are people who are asexual, and you've done your research very well. You stated that there's only 1% of the population who is asexual, and at that point, you also stated that it made you a little bit sad because you had always wanted a romantic relationship, which is understandable. Everybody, people generally desire to connect with another human being and be loved and love back. That's natural. So your sadness over this, and I don't know how long it was before you met your partner, is totally understandable. And I think you're a very strong young woman from what you've been through, what you were going through, and how you dealt with it. You did say, that you are Muslim, and you pray and you keep your salats, and you love Allah very much. And you also come from a family that, is Muslim, and they've raised you very well. They've raised you as a pious young Muslim woman, and they've done a wonderful job. And it's not, your fault. You were born this way. It's, it's just something that is kind of like a trial that you had to deal with. Um, and this is the outcome. With this said, I would like to direct you for in the future, if you so choose, to go to our Ask the Scholar section. If you have any further questions on Islamic rulings or anything to do with Islam and asexuality, and being with the same sex partner on a non-sexual basis. That's the best way that I could kind of summarize that. But you've done a lot of research. You've really looked into it, and you're very well educated about it. And you're very well educated about Islam. You're very aware of some of the possible contradictions and the controversial issues that could surround this. So I really congratulate you, and I really respect all of the efforts you've put into finding out about yourself, and as well as doing the research, and not only on asexuality but also on Islam, and how that fits in with your Islam. That just shows me you really do value Islam, and you love Allah. With that said, your mom and your siblings support you in this, and they're happy for you that you found somebody. And the issue now is telling your dad. You said your dad is open-minded, and you're very close with him. So, sister, I'm really not going to be surprised if your dad, when you tell him, is not, he's not shocked. Like I said, we watch our children grow, and we see how they develop, and we watch them socially, emotionally, educationally, and from when they're babies, all the way up to adulthood and on. So we can catch vibes from our children. So I wouldn't be surprised, like I said, if he already knows that you're in a relationship with a woman, or that that there's just something different. He probably already knows, and he's probably just waiting for you to tell him. So with that said, I would kindly suggest, take him out for lunch or coffee or whatever, you and your dad usually do for father-daughter time. And just, just tell him, Dad, I have something I want to talk to you about. And just explain to him how you feel and what you've been through, and some of your fears and confusion of going through your identity. And then, just tell him that, you finally found out, what it was and who you are, and you've accepted it, and you've met somebody, and that she happens to be a woman. And inshallah, just wait for his reaction. And like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if he's not shocked. But he might be upset, obviously, because you're Muslim, and because of Islam. But however, he would be happy for you that you found yourself and that you've resolved um, your identity and some of the issues that you were going through, and that you're now happy. Because as parents, we want to see our children happy. We want to see them, settled in life, find a loving partner, and to truly, be satisfied within themselves. We also want our children, though, to, stay close to Allah and follow Islam. And you have done that in every other way. So again, the only controversy, and you've already said it, is with the fact that this person that you fall in love with is a woman. And then even though there's no sexual activity, it's still deemed as a romantic relationship. So again, I'm not an Islamic scholar, so I'm not going to touch that point. I'm going to leave that up to you to discuss possibly with your parents if it's a concern, or go to the Ask Our Scholar section if you feel you need to. But this will be between you and Allah. But I would just like to say that I'm happy that you've resolved what was going on. I can't imagine how that must feel, but I'm very happy for you that you have resolved it and you feel good and you're happy now. And I think that when you talk to your dad, I think he'll be very supportive, like your mom and your siblings were. You come from a very loving Islamic um, close family, and that's a blessing. There's a lot of love there, I can see. And so I would just, trust in that and trust in Allah. And before you talk to your dad, make dua to Allah to grant you ease and guide you in the right direction. Inshallah, sister, everything will turn out okay. And you're in our prayers. Please let us know how everything turns out. Masalama.